Hello, this is Jane Scanlan from Cherish, Transform and Upgrade Your Life Coaching. Today I am going to be doing a wonderful interview, Coffee with Jane, with Brenda Dempsey, and we are going to be talking about your upcoming launch of your book. So if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about that amazing book that's coming out.
So I'm Brenda Dempsey. I'm a transformational success coach. I'm a speaker. I'm an anthologist. I'm a philanthropist. In fact, I just love life and I love helping bring out the best in other people. And so part of that journey is being an author. It's particularly anthologies because I just love bringing people together. And not only that, I love putting others in the spotlight.
And this is not your first book. So the one that is launching in November is Voices of Hope, but that is your second book. Am I correct?
Yeah, the first book is Voices of Courage, and in there the co-authors are they're all women, but they're different because I didn't have a specific focus. Whereas, as you learn, I realize I'm a woman in business and I work with women in business. So I wanted to create a book, Voices of Hope, to show how your story can give you hope to create the life and the dream business that you so desire, except for the dark place that you find yourself in just shuts out all that light and you just feel hopeless. So with these stories and the women in the book, therefore, but when you read them, you can sense and feel and see for yourself that you too can create a business from your story and let the lessons define you and not the story define you.
Yes, I love it. I am really, really excited because I am one of your co-authors in the next book.
Yay!
Yay! So as a co-author, for me, the process has been really simple, but for you, can you explain as the the author and the head of this book with 30 co-authors in it, The Voices of Hope. Now, that's a lot of background work that you've got to do, right? So can you explain a little bit to maybe other women out there that are thinking, hey, I know a lot of people, I would really like to bring people together and do a book like this.
Well, yes. Where do we start? So it always starts with an idea, and I'm a woman of action, and that's how I have got all the things going on in my life because I just think, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I can do that. So I have this I can mentality that I've had all my life. So in terms of a book, I had been in a book before and it was not the best of experience. It wasn't anything like what I give and share with my co-authors. But I did like the whole idea of it. So one day I just thought, I'm going to do that. And I had a term called pivotal moment. And I love using that term. And we hear lots of people all over. So anyway, so bringing the people together, well, again, the universe, because I set the intention and because it was driven by heart and soul, I got a few people in the beginning who were really interested. And then I thought, because I wanted 101 stories because of the power of the angelic number 101.
Yes.
So I thought I'll do 3 books. And of course, I divided that in. So 33, 33, and is that 35 or something, whatever. So what I found was when people came and joined in the Voice of Courage, they were so thrilled that they just was sharing it everywhere. And before I knew it, well, it did take a few months to get 30 women because that is a lot of women or a lot of
That's a
people.
lot of stories.
That's a lot of stories. And what it did teach me is how humble and privileged I am at people seem to just open up to me. They meet me in honest to goodness. Within 10 seconds, I'm getting their life stories. And this has been something that's happened to me all my life. People share their darkest secrets with me. So I obviously give off an energy. It wasn't conscious, and I'm working on it being more conscious. What is it about me? And I actually do know why people talk to me and tell me. I have worked that out now. I've had a wee bit of enlightenment. But anyway, so you get all these women's stories. But what did I know about putting them together? What did I know about publishing a book? What did I know about anything in the book world? So I taught English. I got people to read hundreds of books. I got them to write about it. But what did I know about that whole industry? And it's like Pandora's box. You open it and you think it's a few things, and you open it and you go, oh my God, this is why people do degrees in it. And this is why, because people don't understand. Even when you speak to the co-authors, they still don't really understand it. So from that, I'm now an associate publisher as well, because of all the learning, and with my own publisher who sees something in me, and so I'm working alongside him. So again, it's the challenges are deadlines. So the first book, it went on, and it's got its own story, which I can talk to you about another.
You'll have to write a book about that one.
I'm going to have to
write a book about doing all
actually,
3 books.
Yeah, I'm now actually about to put something together since my manuscript's off about writing anthologies. So I'm going to write a short book on how to write anthologies and the lessons learned. And one is your own boundaries. So this is a whole issue for me per se, not just for writing a book, because I've been a giver all my life, and I was in teaching. You overgive, and it's who you are. But once you step into that mindset of a woman in business, you really need to start to put boundaries. So that's been a huge issue for me. So in the first book, not many boundaries. In the second book, to be truth, because I speak my truth, I still hadn't put my boundaries in, and it's only now that I'm realizing those boundaries need to be there. So for the third book, I will be so better organized, my container, the start date to the end date. And it's not, so for me, because I'm so understanding, it's been mañana, as people have had, they've had cold feet or something's happened, they've got sick, and I've just allowed the book to go on. But obviously, since we set the date, that cannot happen. So what I would say is, before you embark on doing an anthology, know your start and your end date, and there's lots of steps in between. But in editing the stories, it can be a bit hairy, but particularly with people, we're all different. So some people want a lot of control over it, and then other people are just do whatever you need to do. So it's
you're working with 30 different personalities here, so that in itself is a very it can be a very challenging place to be in, full stop, can't it?
Yeah, so I rely on all my experience in education and as a leader, so it's about having high emotional intelligence and being aware, and it's having like understanding and compassion. So I worked in special needs, so I've got patience, understanding, empathy, compassion and bucket loads, and it's just who I am. And I've had to use that consistently throughout. So but if I have boundaries in, then so I've been to work with other people, whereas I realise now, to be more efficient and not so much effective, but to be more efficient, because you can still be effective but maybe not efficient. To be more efficient, I need the boundaries, and people need to agree to those boundaries. If not, then they're not part of the journey with you.
The way I talk to my clients about boundaries is you don't need to put a steel boundary or wall around you. You can just imagine like a bamboo cage, which is flexible. It bends, it's not going to break, but it is in place, and it's very, very, very hard to break it.
So absolutely, you have to protect yourself, and that's been the biggest learning over 2 books, I would say. So I definitely taking that learning from the books and I'm applying it to my life, not just my business, because your business is your life and you are your business, you know.
Yes.
So it's really important for me, taking me, you know, to become a diamond lady, to realize that boundaries are important. And I suppose it's been because I was a people pleaser all my life, and
Mm,
I still love I love seeing people happy, but I'm coming with a whole different twist and a whole different perspective, and not to the detriment of my own myself, but to to empower not just them but yourself. So an
definitely.
anthology is a lot of work and should not be entered lightly. And I would say, if you're thinking about it, go and speak to somebody
Yeah.
who's done it, and
Get your book with
so
a big
I'm going to
tick
have my 10,
list on it.
10
Get it when
steps.
you write it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I'm going to do that. I know I'm very fast. So accelerate your potential is my strapline. And so I know I could write that book in a week, easy. Probably could write it in a long weekend.
Get the launch done. Start that book next year.
Oh, I've got
Now
more
tell
books coming.
me, how do you, this is a lot of work going on, and like you say, this isn't just your business. You've got lots of things going on in your life. You've got lots of different businesses. You are a very, very busy woman. Now, what do you do to cherish yourself? What kind of daily rituals do you have so you stay in that aligned action rather than that, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that action?
Yeah, and that's key. And I would say probably 85% of the time I'm in that aligned action, and occasionally I have an off day. Like the other day I had an off day when things didn't work and I really was stressed and people could see it. It doesn't happen to me very often at all.
Yeah.
Like it's like once every 20 years or something, but I had one of those days the other day, funnily enough. So for me it's yes, I have a routine in the morning. So it's, of course, waking up with gratitude. It's affirmations, it's appreciation, journaling. I do a 3-minute powerful meditation for the intention for the day. But these are things, so these are just some of them: hot water and honey lemon, get the system going.
Yeah.
It's good to get out, so I go in my garden ground. I probably can do more for myself. I do appreciate that I'm not always I don't always do enough for myself, but I try to do as much as I can. But for me, I like walk my talk, eat, breathe, and sleep it. So what I am supporting and empowering and enabling other women to do is I try to do it. So I do 3-minute meditations with it whenever I need it. So yesterday I did a 3-minute meditation at least 3 times,
Yes.
because I was
Yeah.
looking for the answer, asking the universe, how do you want me to serve today? So I use these things throughout the day. So I have got what I've got my treasure chest of strategies, tools, all the things that we need in our life to keep us high vibe, to keep us aligned. And so therefore when something happens, yes, sometimes I go away and just take 2 hours off, or whatever. It's about what's the resilience level, how quickly can you recover. So if you
Yeah.
think of an athlete, and as a leader we need to be athletes. So if you think of an athlete, they do stamina checks. Oh, I think they call it resistance. So I was a sprinter. So you would sprint your 100 meters and you would have maybe 2-3 minute recovery sprint, because you had to build up stamina. So you
Yeah.
didn't give up when you were tired. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. They get up and do it one more time. It's all about the 1%. It's all about the 1 degree. It's all about the one more. So when you think you've had enough, no, do another 5 minutes, do another 10 minutes, do another hour. And that's how I live my life, and that's how I get my stamina. But for me, it's what's my why? What's driving me? And I
Yeah.
would say this to anybody: when you're getting jaded, just go back to basics. Go back to yourself and say, Why am I doing what I'm doing? And get yourself in that zone and fired up and reconnect to that fire that's always in that belly. And then you just think, okay, no, I need to do that because I've got people depending on me. I've got whatever, you know. Yes, it's about, you're right, Jane, it's about cherishing ourselves. It's always about responsibility, and I know that's a big thing for you. So I'm responsible for doing these things, so I can't just go, I can't be bothered today, I'm taking a day off. I wish I could,
Yeah, when I
but I won't.
started, I remember telling a coach, look, I don't have 10 minutes in the morning. I don't have 10 minutes in the morning to be doing that meditation and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, now some days I get to spend 3 hours, normally not together, but dotted about the whole day, spaced out through the day on me, on, you know, doing the meditations, having a mindful cup of tea or coffee, calming my mind, going out in the garden, going for a walk, maybe doing a yoga class for myself, something. But with the resistance, the stamina, because I now because I now do something for myself as a norm every day, life is always gonna chuck some lemons at you, right? It's always gonna do that.
Let me
But
suck them.
yeah, you can either suck them or you can go make lemonade, or you can go make your honey and lemon water. You know,
Yeah,
you've got choices to do all of it. And I just find that nowadays that my turnaround when the shit hits the fan, that my turnaround is far quicker.
yeah,
I take the responsibility, I accept what is going on. If I need to be sad or angry, I be sad or angry. It is
yes.
my right to. It's fine. It's just an emotion. And then I come back to alignment and I move forward.
That's right, Jane. That's beautiful. And that is really, that is the thing we have to share with others, because it's the same for me. If you can't be your best when you're like that, yes, acknowledge you're angry, allow it to pass, observe it, don't question it, don't berate yourself. The
Mm.
same with sadness. Shit happens. You know, we had a terrible thing happen in our family this week. Someone's healthy one day, and a week later they're hanging on for life, and
Mm.
it's not when will they get better, it's there's no getting better. And you know, that can happen. People drop dead with a heart attack,
Yeah.
strokes. So you know what, be in the best moment for yourself and enjoy it. And have, so here's my secret, I'm going to share my secret.
Okay, tell us the secret.
Here's the secret. The secret is, wear your inner child on the outside. Be that childlike spirit. When you're that childlike spirit, you attract everything and anything you like. A child is curious. Yes, they have the tantrum, but they get up, they forget about it. They get on, they take risks. They find the joy in the smallest of things. They can concentrate. They're just little beacons of light that attract everybody to them. They smile. Just think about it. So paint that smile, or don't paint it on. Feel that smile from the inside out and wear it. Wear it knowing that you're making a difference just by smiling at someone.
Definitely. Thank you so, so much. I think we're going to leave it on that, because that is the secret to cherishing, transforming, and upgrading your life.
Absolutely, Jane. Thank you. Namaste very much.
Namaste. Do you want to just give the full details on the book launch coming up?
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's not forget that. So, Voices of Hope. We are putting out pre-orders now. It will be launched at the De Vere Beaumont Hotel in Windsor. We are connecting with a great conference, The Power of Women, ready to rise and roar, because all the co-authors are rising and roaring in their business with their vision, with their mission to make a difference in the world. And I would love to invite you along to a very uplifting, celebratory and life-changing experience that you will skip out that door ready for action to take your next step, whatever that may be, whether your life or your business. So you will find lots going on in social media, on Facebook. Obviously, when the book's launched, it will be available on Amazon, but I would say find a co-author, and they've put the work in, so they are going to reap the rewards when you order a copy of the book through them. And of course they can sign it for you and share in it, so it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. And of course you can get it on my website as well, Brenda Dempsey, www.brendadempsey.co.uk/books, and you'll find it there. So at the moment you can find Voices of Courage, but very soon, hopefully next week, we will have the biblet up there and you can pre-order Voices of Hope too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And all the details are going to be below in the comments of this, whether you're watching on Facebook, on our websites, on Instagram TV, or on YouTube. It will be all there. So thank you so much for this, and we will see more interviews coming up for the book launch in November.
Absolutely, Jane. Thank you. And thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And your energy is a breath of fresh air. So thank you. And I wish you every success and happiness and prosperity for you and your future.
Oh, thank you so much, and right back at you. I cannot wait, and I know you can't wait either, to get this launched and out into the public. Yay!
Oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. It really is. It really is.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.